Welcome guys to today's video. I was an idiot. I forgot my camera's battery, so we're filming on Mike's camera today. Grant's here with me. We're having a little bit of a late start, but it's because we've been working for something really exciting to show you guys.
Very, very exciting.
Have you been having fun doing what we've been doing secretly?
Typically, no, but from the current situation, absolutely.
All right, we'll fill you in on Mustang stuff a little bit later in this video. Johan has been hustling, and we've definitely made some improvements on the GT350, and I'm excited to show you guys what's going on there. But in the meantime, I would like to formally introduce you guys to a new sponsor of mine. Now, this has been something we've been working on behind the scenes for a while, but we have an official tool sponsor for the channel now. And I present to you our brand new assortment of SK tools. Look at how wild all this is, and the craziest thing is this is 2 of their full senior mechanic sets, and then we have a 3rd one that we already loaded up into the box this morning. Now, if you aren't familiar with SK Tools, I'll give you a brief rundown. So SK Tools is like an OG in the tool world. They've been around for almost 100 years. Everything here is USA made, premium quality, precision crafted American steel, and it's all backed by a lifetime warranty. So I'm gonna go through everything and show you guys some of the stuff we've already been geeking out on and show you why we're so excited about this. And like I said before, we've already got the pit cart loaded up. So we're gonna dive in and show you some of the coolest stuff we like. Going through our array of sockets, one of the coolest things are their LP90 ratchets are actually super low pro. You'll notice the head's quite a bit slimmer, and these ones actually have 90 teeth of engagement, so if you listen, so when you're in tight areas, all you gotta do is move it tiny bit. And you'll notice these are pretty fancy too. Their flex zone impacts actually have a heat treated middle section that lets it flex a little bit, which helps prevent failures and breakages. These things are always neat and handy. Grant, do you even know what this is called?
I don't, but they're really good when you can't get a ratchet into spots. You have no throw. Yeah. So you can tighten it down with that. So me and Grant have spent most of the day kitting this out and putting everything where we want it. Another really cool thing, from what I understand, this is one of their best-selling products, is their X-frame wrench. So you notice it's cool, it's I-beam, but the thing that's wild about it, the engagement's out of this world. So if you can even hear, there's actually 216 positions. So if you're in like a really tight area and you can only move the wrench a tiny bit, even more so than that ratchet I was showing you. It's really cool, and then you've noticed the end on this one as well. Lets you get a little bit deeper if you're on a nut versus just only being able to go up to here when it's flat on the edge. Have these nice kits of all these open-ended wrenches, all the way up to a 32. This thing's massive. Going down, more normal style ratchets, screwdrivers, and another nice set in here. Some extensions that we unboxed. Grant's favorite tool in the world. What do you call this? It's the do-all tool. Change spark plugs, oil filters, whatever you want.
I definitely prefer this style of the do-all tool a little bit better, because when you're, clamping on a nut, it's got the nice little flat edges. Help you lock on a little bit better. This tool cart obviously is sick. Got hammers, nice chisel set, pry bars, the most baller snap ring kit ever. Got a nice fancy torque wrench in here. This 1/4 inch and 3/8 kit will be real handy for the track or for like drift week when I gotta take tools on the go. I know these are really cool too. These are actually swivel impact sockets. So rather than having to have like a swivel extension, this goes right on the impact or whatever you're using, and it lets you have a little bit more of a low profile swivel type ordeal. So these come in handy, and these are really sick to have. Johan was freaking out about these. Grant's also the type of dude to use an impact on literally everything he can.
Okay, listen, they save a lot of time. I don't know why you're complaining.
And the craziest thing is, everything you saw in that box, we have an extra 2 sets of. So we'll be well equipped for the shop if we've got 2 separate projects going on each lift. And then we have a set that we can bring in the trailer for FD or any sort of drift event we go to. So we're well kitted out, and I'm super excited to be working with SK.
Dude, I freaked out. I can't believe you got them to work with you. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, so we're pumped. And I was actually able to secure a coupon code for you guys. So if you do go over to the SK Tools website and you want to check out any of the stuff I mentioned in this video, you can use the code ADAMLZ for 25% off. So make sure you go check it out, and I'll continue to fill in as we use these tools in all the future builds and all the stuff that'll make your life easier. I don't really show you the fit and finish of this box that much either, but I really like this countertop. Oh, and then we have these gnarly kits. We were calling these the rig kits. Look at how gnarly this setup is. Grant, I need you to hold on to this.
Honestly, dude, you can't.
That's bigger than 1/2 inch. Is that like 1.5 inch?
I think this is 3/4 drive. But look at how big this socket is.
Dude.
It's wild. Teak.
We could take off the hubs on the rig with this.
You can take off the hubs on a 747 with this thing, dude.
We're super appreciative, super excited to be working with SK Tools, and I'm very thankful of them sponsoring me. And now it's time to hear this thing run again. All right, so bringing you guys up to speed on the GT350. Today, Johan had a solo mission. Alberto wasn't really feeling the best, so he hustled, got everything pulled out. You actually had to pull out the whole entire engine to change the torque converter, so we have that new billet, Circle LZ, Circle F?
Yeah, we made torque converters now.
Yeah, no, Circle D. Circle D, billet torque converter, and also finished up all the water system on this. So like the radiator lines, make sure there's no leaks, heater hose. So hopefully we can bleed this thing with coolant, let it get up to temp, and maybe give it a couple of revs today. I forgot to mention, when he was pulling everything apart, he actually found there's a split O-ring on the intake manifold too. So he fixed that, so now there's no big vacuum leaks. Probably why it's running so much better. So different than anything else I've ever heard before.
Weird. Sounds like a V8.
Sounds like a big motor.
Oh,
It does not sound like any inline six I've ever heard.
Still going.
Dude, the craziest thing is like we haven't even heard the turbo yet.
That's why I was trying to get like.
I know.
I
just figured we'll let her cool down for a little bit. Not that it's that hot, but since we don't have radiator fans on it. Whew.
Oh man.
Dude, it's like.
It's gonna be a monster.
A lot of people are using the term like it's a Jay-Z with a bigger nutsack, and like.
Not really.
Yeah, dude, this is the biggest nutsack I've ever heard in the inline six.
I don't even know how to explain this thing.
It sounds like someone crossbred a LS with like a 3.4 Jay-Z.
Makes more sense.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded like a tractor and an LS put together.
All I know is it was big enough and loud enough to make me go like this when Johan was revving it. I was like, okay, that's not
You can feel the displacement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is wild. Now to get into the Barra stuff, today's going to mostly be a wiring day. I want to say the reach goal is to get the car moving under its own power, but there are a lot of hoops to jump through before it gets to that point. So what Johan's doing right now, if you remember, I told you guys that the tricky part about doing this, although we are going to get all the CAN figured out with wiring specialties at a later date, you can actually fool the body control module on the car by sending a crank signal to it, which is what Trevor did by welding on the trigger wheel onto the JZ from the EcoBoost motor. Now what's cool is the Barra and the GT350 Voodoo actually share the same exact crank sensor and the same number of teeth. So Johan's doing right now is he's going to try to split the signal, which Haltech confirmed that we were able to do, and see if we can send that to the body control module to make everything happy. So this car could, in theory, drive around and at least not have the brake lights, power steering, and all that stuff time out. So it would be kind of like a normal car with cluster and everything. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna bring you guys up to speed on the transmission control that we're gonna be using. What's funny is Johan actually was able to source one of the OEM connectors for the ECU, but all that's gonna go to it is 2 wires. So he did that so we wouldn't have to cut up one of the good GT350 harnesses, since it would cost like 500 bucks or so if I had to buy another if I wanted to sell it with a swap. So now instead, we just got a new connector that was what, like $5, something like that?
Yeah, $5.
And 2 wires. And then in theory, we'll be able to make the body control module work. So what most people run when they're doing the 6R80 swap is a US company that kind of has very simplistic software to control the trans. I was nervous using it. PBH that built the transmission expressed some concern with a lot of people having failures and stuff because it's just very simple kind of old school software. Almost gave up on the whole idea of running one of these 6R80s until I realized a company that I kind of knew through some mutual friends in Poland makes a standalone trans controller called the HTG Tuning GCU. And a lot of the guys over there actually use these in drift cars to control BMW ZF trans and even DCT trans. And it kind of gives you full control over everything and even lets you use a clutch input switch. So you could, in theory, clutch kick the car if you're using it for like a drift application or if you need to clutch in when you're handbraking. So I thought it would be kind of cool, a little bit different, and it gives us an excuse to play with the controller. So that way, if we ever wanted to try an automatic drift car in the future, which is kind of like the future over there, because some of the stuff they do is wild. It's like a cheap version of a sequential. So right now Alberto's going through the harness that we got from Trevor for the trans. He's labeling everything that they've helped us figure out what goes to what, and then they have a nice diagram so we can figure out what goes to the pin that they provide for their GCU. Now, I'm not sure that anyone has ever used one of the GCUs on a 6R80 Ford transmission, but internally it's very, very, very similar to the ZF 6HP, I believe it's called. So they're fully confident that they'll be able to get it to work. And I'm excited to possibly develop a new solution to all the guys doing 6R80 swaps that'll give us way better control and let us go fast. Unfortunately, we kind of ran out of time with setting up the trans, a bunch of wiring stuff we just have to work out. So we're gonna roll into that tomorrow. But in this video, I was excited to share the new sponsor, SK Tools. But even more exciting, Grant, do you wanna give them the news? What do you see on our shelf over there?
We are now the proud supplier for Tommy FEM merchandise.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So I don't know if you guys have heard in Tommy's videos or if you've seen any of his stuff in the background, but we are actually handling Tommy's merch for him now. So he's had issues in the past, just trying to handle a lot and trying to ship out everything for everyone has been a real challenge for him, being like a smaller operation. So we worked out a deal where I'm able to kind of take that over for him and utilize our idle time and make life easier for him. So he's running a giveaway right now on, what is it, a LS3?
LS3 Colorado, yeah.
Yep.
I think it's really cool, it has T37s on it. It's got an LS3 with, I think it's got...
Hey, don't say anything too nice or I'm gonna have to invoice Tommy for this.
It's cool, it has a semi-built LS3 in it.
Wait, does it really?
Yeah, it's got heads and a cam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you have it. So anyway, if you guys want to look more on that, it'll be on Tommy's channel. But it's been fun kind of taking on stuff for him and be able to make sure that his customers are happy, getting faster turnaround times and customer service dialed. One other thing that I forgot to show you guys, I found out online that I could actually get a automatic Mustang steering wheel and I could rob the paddle shifters off it. So if you remember what I said, we're going to be able to use the paddle shifters on this, which are now integrated into the factory wheel, and that'll send a signal to that GCU, so we'll be able to shift with paddle shifters on a GT350 that only came in manual. So it's kind of cool. I'm really excited to see how it works, and hopefully tomorrow, or I guess in the next video, you'll see it ripping around. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun, a little bit different. We got band practice tonight, so I'm gonna have to cut it off short. And Grant, any final words?
Get to work, dude. We have music to make.
No, we're not playing the tip to let over in the chair game. It's not a game that we play anymore.
Here we go. Adam Duncan.
When you said, when you said, when you said.